It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chilliefalls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Friday's Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. And I about had a heart attack. I hit the button to go live and it came back and said, no, we're not going live. Try it again in a few minutes. Well, you can't do that if you're going live. So anyway, I punched the button 3 or 4 times. Finally, it went live. So I'm live now, but it was about enough to drive me nuts. All right. Getting back to business. Holy crap. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. Got a special guest today who I'll introduce in a second. This, of course, is December the 13th, 2024. Coming to you from at least a drier Virginia, Central Virginia area. It was wet as hell the last couple of days. And cold, mercy, it's cold. But anyway, it's going to be a little bit nicer today. It's going to get up in the 50s, which is better than it's been. Of course, it's been getting down in the 20s at night. It's going down to, I think, 24 again tonight. But I'm not real crazy about that. All right, today's show is brought to you by whil US, the owner of Scoot Around, and by chilliescruises. We do have a bunch of news stories, which we'll get to eventually. The lead story this morning is a travel warnings updated for a couple countries. A yacht collides with Allure of the Seas. Captain's Circle party canceled. Another change for Norwegian Joy. Man, it's getting old. Anthem of the Seas had an itinerary change. A luxury yacht christened. Sea trials for the Aqua. A Princess Circle Pacific cruise. And a World America starts its sea trials. That and lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Cocoa Day. Not my thing. Matter of fact, I was thinking this morning when I was sitting there having my coffee, my brother-in-law is the cocoa guy. And, for years now, he's all, I have a Keurig coffee maker, and he gets the Keurig chocolate thingies and does his cocoa in my coffee maker, which is fine. I don't mind that he does it. But he hasn't gotten any this year. And it's, we're well into whether he should be drinking his cocoa every day. I'll have to ask him about that. All right, this day in history, folks. In 1950, I was a bouncing baby boy then. 1950, thanks to an invitation by a friend, James Dean appeared in his first acting gig in a Pepsi commercial. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember him doing Pepsi commercials. I don't even remember Pepsi commercials that early. But yeah, so James Dean got started doing Pepsi commercials. I don't know. Maybe that's not interesting to anybody else. I thought it was great. All right, if you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat guy. And we talk about all sorts of things. This morning we got a special guest. We'll have another guest on Monday as Gretchen is going to join us to talk about the Sky Princess and other things to do with Princess Cruises. Bethany Bartley is going to be with us on Wednesday. I actually spoke to her last night when she was still in the Panama Canal. So we're going to be talking about Azamara on Wednesday with Bethany. All right, so let's get on down to some business for today. What do you say? My guest again today doesn't need much introduction on this show. He's been with us a bunch of times. He and I have been friends now for, a long time, 4 or 5 years, 6 years. We've cruised together a couple times. We've stayed pretty close, no matter which direction we're each going. So, I have to catch up with him every so often. So, with no further ado, Mr. Bucketlist, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, there was some breaking news this morning, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
A whale left South America
Okay.
and ended up in the Indian Ocean. That's a voyage of 8,000 miles that this whale did on its own. And rumor has it that you were going to try to duplicate that journey in a kayak. How much truth is there to that, Justin?
Ooh. Maybe a paddle, not a kayak.
Yeah, you mean you're not going to get out there and row from South America around Cape Horn and up Africa and into the Indian Ocean? You're not going to do that.
No, that sounds actually pretty amazing. Wow.
All right, we need to turn your volume up a little. So,
I apologize. That was my mic that fell down.
Oh, okay. All right, because I was trying to figure out how the hell am I going to do that from here? All right. So you just recently, you got to meet Elizabeth on location.
I did.
So tell us where you were when you ran into Elizabeth.
So I was actually on Virgin Voyages, Brazilian Lady. It was a 2-night exclusive cruise in a way. So they were filming a TV show while also they had a celebrity DJ. But I met her inside of her store on the ship. And she was actually really, really nice. She met me and my girlfriend. Good experience.
Yep. So you've done a couple at least Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, that would be my second. So I've done Scarlet Lady and now Brazilian Lady.
Okay. Give me your opinion. I mean, I know things are a little different on Virgin Voyages. Give me your opinion, pros and cons of a little bit of everything.
So, honestly, the same issues I had last time and the same issues I had this time, their customer service is just non-existent. So I'll give you an example. On this most recent cruise, they had 2 ships in port, ironically. They had the Brazilian Lady and I believe Scarlet Lady. They only have one garage, and so when they have 2 ships in port, it's only enough for that one ship. And so we had to park in MSC's terminal in Miami. I'm pretty sure you're aware of how the distance between Virgin's terminal. It's a while. It's a long distance, and so stuff like that. It's like you all can prepare better. So, I mean, outside of that, it was an amazing cruise. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
How's their food?
Their food is the best. Some of the best food I've had on a cruise ship, and it's not fatty. So right now I'm trying to lose a lot of weight, and so it was really helpful on that cruise. It was good.
No, time out.
I knew that.
You, the person that I've seen order 11 different things at a meal. You are trying to lose some weight?
I am. So
that means you've cut down from 11 to 9, or?
So ironically, because like I said earlier, I'm in a relationship now, so I promised her I would lose weight. It was just a challenge that we had towards each other. So I've actually lost, since my last cruise, I've lost 27 pounds.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's terrific, Justin.
Thank you.
I've lost 27 pounds, and I've probably gained 27 pounds. Yeah, no, I haven't done that either. My weight stays the same year round. It doesn't matter if I cruise or I don't cruise. It stays fat man weight constantly. So now the real question is, how are you doing this? Are you seriously dieting? Are you on a program, or are you just watching what you eat?
So a mixture of everything. So one, I'm doing intermittent fasting. So I mean, there are certain days or certain hours I just don't eat. I'm working out 3 times a day, and then when I do eat, like on Virgin, for example, I mean, like you said, I usually get whatever I want. It's just that's what it is. But now, for example, I mean, Lily, when I went on Virgin, I ate an appetizer and a little bit of my entree, and that was it. So, yeah.
But I'm really proud of you, Justin. That's great.
Thank you.
And I know, as much as you and I have cruised, it's not easy to cruise and not gain weight.
It is hard.
Now, thankfully, I started fat, so I got nowhere to go, but where I've always been. But now you're a lot younger than I am, so I mean, that's great.
Thank
Now,
you.
what's the lady friend say? Is she starting to say, okay, you're starting to look like a stud?
Yeah, she's really proud of me because no one knows how much I worked out besides her. But I showed her some pictures of me back when I was in college. I used to box back when I was in college, so I was really fit and stuff like that. And so I was like, I promise I'll get back to this weight. And I haven't got there yet, but I'm getting close. And she's really excited.
I didn't know that you were previously a boxer. I am previously a boxer too.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, I had a perfect record, 9-0.
Wow. Okay.
9 losses and no wins. But that was neither here nor there. So yeah, it's a great thing. I'm just like I ran. I played football too. I ran 99 yards once.
Okay.
Never did catch the guy with the ball. All right, so we got this Virgin Voyages thing out of the way for now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting ready to get on a celebrity cruise here next week?
Yeah, next Friday. Mm-hmm.
And which ship?
So it's Celebrity Reflection. It's just one of those short weekend cruises. But my girlfriend, she's been on I'm doing Celebrity Silhouette. She just did the Reflection, their sister ship. So she's really, really excited about it.
Yeah. Now, you've done Celebrity before, haven't you?
Just one time I did the Ascent for their media cruise, their 2-night media cruise.
Okay. All right. See, you get asked to do these media things. I've been doing this since before you were born. I never get to do a media cruise. I mean, they look at the fat guy and they said, "The hell with him. He's going to show up anyway."
That is true. They know you're going to show up anyway. That is true. We do need to do one together. I think you would enjoy it.
Oh, if I ever had the chance, I'd love to. All right, so, I know what I wanted to ask you about Virgin Voyages before we get to Celebrity.
Sure.
How is it for an old fat guy running around in a wheelchair? Is it reasonably accessible?
That's a good question. I will say this. Now that I think about it, I did not see any wheelchairs, period. So I really don't know, because usually like when I see it, then that kind of triggers my memory as far as that tour that you and I had. And I didn't see any. So, I mean, I'm sure they have some type of accessibility just from legal reasons, but I don't know how that works.
Okay.
I will say this, though. Their elevators are not the best. So that's another issue, I would say. They're really small and compact.
All right. So you're going to get on a little shorty Celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to like the short cruises, don't you?
So yes and no. Recently, yes, because I've been able to do a variety of cruises, and my girlfriend, ironically, her son works for MSC, and so she doesn't have as much time as I have. So I'm doing that now than before. With that said, starting next year, I'm actually doing quite a bit of MSC because of her, and so I'm doing some longer cruises. Like I'll be on the seashore, the seaside. We're doing the World America. We're just doing a lot of different 7-night cruises on MSC.
I'm curious, Justin, and you may know on this one.
Mm-hmm.
The World America, which the European pronunciation is the World America. Which way is MSC going to go? Are they going to go the Americanized pronunciation or the European pronunciation?
That is a good question. I would assume because they're trying to catch our market more, I think they would stick with the Americanized version, but I don't know.
So they'll go with World America.
Probably.
I've been doing the European version, and probably people are looking at me like, who the hell is he? All right. So, I'm looking forward to MSC. My big time with MSC is in 26.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do the Grandiosa when it's here, and then I'm going to do the Poesia to Alaska.
Oh,
I'm already booked on that in May of 26, which will be, of course, MSC's first venture into Alaska. So I've got those booked ahead. And then because the way my schedule has fallen, the first 4 months of the year, I'm booked solid. I mean, I leave here New Year's Eve, and basically I'm gone until the end of April. Wow. I get home for a couple of weeks in the middle there, but basically I'm in Europe, for the whole time. So the end of 25 for me, I've got to see if I have any money left when I get home from Europe in April to see if I can, maybe I might be in the kayak chasing that damn whale just because I can't afford to get on a boat again. So anyway, but I'd like I've got a couple MSCs circled because I haven't actually done an MSC since I was on Meraviglia for the 4th time.
Oh, okay.
So,
see, I've done the seashore and the Meraviglia. Now, when I did the seashore, unfortunately, I was in the yacht club, so it was like a 3-day cruise, and I didn't get to see much of the cruise ship. So that's why I'm doing it again.
yeah. Well, I've never done the yacht club.
Oh,
I'm always down in the basement, in the inside cabin, and probably down as far as you can go, where it's cheap. So I'm a cheap ass. What can I say?
no, I understand.
So, all right. So after Celebrity, what's the next thing you got booked?
So January, the end of January, I do MSC Seashore. In the February, middle of February, I do MSC Seaside to Mexico. And then I'm doing Bermuda. I'm doing NCL Prima to Bermuda in April.
Oh, Prima.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Out of New York.
I've not been on Prima yet.
I'm excited. That's one I'm most excited about.
Yeah. All right. Well, Justin, as always, I appreciate you giving me some time and catching up. And we'll do this. We'll see if we can hit a hole in the middle of our schedules for next year to get back together and catch up on what we've both been doing.
Absolutely. Maybe throw any cruise in there too.
Hey, well, that would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. So now just make sure that the girlfriend knows that the first time she and I meet, she's going to get the truth about Mr. Bucketlist.
She is prepared. Trust me.
My version of the truth.
She's ready.
Okay. That's cool.
Cool.
All right, Justin. As always, my friend, thank you. It's so good to see you again.
Same
and
here.
Have fun on Celebrity, and we'll talk real soon.
All right. Thanks, Chillie.
All right. And that, of course, that's Mr. Bucketlist. I so enjoy Justin. Oh, my goodness. He's always so much fun. And, he and I've we've done some cruises now. There's no doubt about that. We've worked together and hosted some cruises, and we've had some good times. All right. So I'll be back with the news portion of today's show after a quick break from one of my fine network sponsors. All right, so the news portion of today's show is going to start off from the State Department. The U.S. Department of State has updated its travel advisories for Honduras and Costa Rica, two popular cruise destinations in Central America, prompting cruise passengers to exercise caution. The announcements posted on December 10th addressed crime concerns in both countries, but do not change their advisory levels. Honduras remains under a level 3 advisory, urging travelers to reconsider visits due to crime. Notably, the advisory now highlights crime as the sole reason, removing a prior mention of kidnapping. Cruise passengers visiting Roatan, a safer region in the Bay Islands, are advised to stay vigilant. Costa Rica remains a level 2 advisory, suggesting increased caution due to petty and violent crimes, including armed robbery and sexual assault. However, the updated advisory omits previous questions about current safety measures. All right, if you're on a little boat and you have a wreck with a big cruise ship, it's not likely that the little boat's going to do very well. A luxury yacht accidentally collided with Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas while the megaship was docked in Nassau on Wednesday. According to local reports, the yacht had lost power and started to drift toward the port side of the cruise ship. Without power, the yacht was unable to steer clear of the ship and struck one of the lifeboats. While damage was minimal on the Allure of the Seas, the yacht sustained significant damage, which included damage to communications equipment and several parts of the small vessel, which fell into the sea. There's always a risk of gastrointestinal illness spreading among guests on a cruise ship, and it's happened again, this time on Ruby Princess, currently in the middle of a Hawaiian island voyage. The ship, operated by Princess Cruises, is sailing a 16-day Hawaii cruise round trip from San Francisco. The vessel departed on December 2nd and is due back at her home port on December 18th. During this cruise, you have already been informed that few of our guests have reported to medical center with symptoms of gastrointestinal illness. I appreciate your understanding and cooperation with our proactive actions and would like to take opportunity to apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, so said Captain Peter Lessick when he wrote a message to the guests. Due to these circumstances, unfortunately, we will not be able to host the Captain Circle Party at this time. I understand that this might be disappointing. However, the health and safety of you, our guests, and our crew are my top priorities, added the captain. So no Captain Circle Party on the Ruby Princess. Need another reason to book one of the Virgin Voyages cruises? How about this? For a limited time, we're offering 80% off on the second guest and up to $300 in free drinks, meaning you can get your postcard perfect vacation for less. With over 150 jaw-dropping destinations to explore, there's bound to be a voyage just right for you, from the crystal blue Caribbean, mesmerizing Mediterranean, and starting in 2025, all four corners of North America. Just give me a call, 434-258-9264, and we'll sail on one of the Virgin Voyages' lovely ships. After announcing the cancellation of 35 sailings across 4 ships last week, Norwegian Cruise Line is making another alteration that affects a late 2025 sailing of the newly refurbished Norwegian Joy. Originally set to depart on Saturday, December 6, 2025, the cruise will now begin a day earlier on Friday, December the 5th, 2025. Anthem of the Sea's first sailing of the new year will look a little different than expected due to a port closure impacting its itinerary. Currently home porting in Singapore, Anthem of the Seas is supposed to embark on a 10-night cruise to destinations throughout Thailand and Vietnam on January the 2nd. However, the second to last port call on the itinerary, which was scheduled for Nha Trang, Vietnam on January the 8th, can no longer happen as planned due to the port's current extended closure. Our usual tender pier in Nha Trang, Vietnam is recently closed to cruise ship operations. After exploring all options and to provide you with the best experience, we will now enjoy a sea day instead, Royal Caribbean wrote the guests book on the sailing. In an effort to soften the blow, the family-friendly cruise line has also extended the port calls at 2 other ports on the itinerary, Ho Chi Minh and Da Nang, U City, Vietnam. The Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection celebrated the christening of the latest luxury vessel, Emma, during a ceremony at Port Everglades. The event featured a distinguished group of women leaders from the company's shipboard and shoreside teams who served as the godmothers. Joining the occasion were Jim Murin, Executive Chairman and CEO of the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection, and Ernesto Farah, President and CFO, alongside EMA's Captain Magnus Bingstein and General Manager Sasha Tyus. Introducing the Model R 4-wheel urban mobility scooter with a small turning radius and rotating front wheels. whil allows you to effortlessly maneuver in tight spaces. The four-wheel whil Model R with exceptional stability and comfort. The Model R automatically adjusts speeds during turns. Slim and compact design. The whil Model R has a reliable all-day driving range and a portable lightweight battery for charging. You can navigate tight indoor spaces like restaurants. Model R has easy disassembly and convenient storage. She can conquer urban terrain and rough surfaces with ease. Durable frame built with high-strength aluminum, stabilizer and suspension provide stability with a spacious flat floor design. Wherever you use your whil Model R four-wheel scooter, you'll have a smooth ride. The Norwegian Aqua, the third vessel in the Norwegian Cruise Line's Prima Plus class, has embarked on her sea trials. Departing from Fincantieri's Marghera shipyard near Venice, she left on December the 10th. The ship is undergoing a comprehensive series of tests in the Mediterranean to evaluate her safety, performance, and operational systems. Not to be outdone by Norwegian, MSC and the World America embarked on the first sea trials on Thursday, just before 2 p.m. The ship left the Chantiers de l'Atlantique C-class dock for a 2-day testing period with several hundred people on board to oversee the ship's performance. Among the team are representatives from Chantier de l'Atlantique, MSC Croisières, and the Buena Veritas certification body, as well as co-developers continuing the final stages of outfitting. Princess Cruises is offering a new Circle Pacific adventure in 2027 as part of its recently announced 26-27 deployment in Australia. Sailing on board the Grand Princess, the 79-night cruise will depart from 3 home ports, Brisbane, Sydney, and Auckland. Starting in June of 2027, the itinerary will cover over 23,600 nautical miles, crossing the equator and the international dateline twice. According to Princess, a total of 32 destinations in 23 countries will be visited, including Hong Kong, which will see an overnight call in August of 2027. The cruise also includes late-night stays in Honolulu, Juneau, Los Angeles, Osaka, Singapore, Suva, Tahiti, that's Papeete, and Victoria. For around the Pacific cruise, wow, that's a winner. Experience Alaska at an affordable rate. VR1 balconies are only $1,289, including taxes and port charges. MSC Poesia sails from Seattle, May 25th, 2026. Book now. Call 434-258-9264 or go to bit.ly/Poesia-Alaska1. All right, and that's going to wrap up the news portion of today's show. Matter of fact, the news portion of the week's shows. I will be, of course, monitoring things this weekend should anything major happen. In the meantime, let's go see who is fussing at me over in the chat room. Hot Air Tom is with us. Good morning, everyone. Steve's with us out in Kentucky. There's Sonny down Mississippi. Hi, son. There's Mike. He's from over on the other side of the pond. Bob's with us down in Tennessee. Hey, Bob. There's my friend down in Jacksonville. Hi, Roger. Somebody from X. Mia Ben. Can you follow me back? Well, if I know how to, yes. Looked at National Express bus. How far from cruise ship terminal? I think it's right outside, Roger. Savannah's with us. Says hi, Chillie. Good morning. Gary Older Than Dirt's here. Hey, Gary. He's down there in Florida. Somebody asked again if I can follow back. This is, if I can find you on X, yes, I certainly will be happy to follow you back. I appreciate you being here. Y'all keep in mind, if you're watching on X, when you make a comment in the chat room, like Savannah just did, I can see it, but nobody else in the audience can. It's a glitch with StreamYard. Hopefully one of these days we'll get it fixed so that you have the same access as everybody else in the audience does, and everybody can see what you're saying just like I can see it. Emily's with us. Good morning, Emily. She's up there in New York. All right, there's somebody else that's followed me. Can I please follow you back? I will go to X and see if I can catch what you guys are saying. And yes, I will certainly do so. All right, so any money left? Yes. I just hope Chillie has enough for our meals. I paid for trains and lodging. Chillie gets the food tab. That's correct. So I plan on McDonald's at least once a day. No, I don't. But yeah, I'm going to take a couple shekels along, Hot Air Tom, just to cover things. Hot Air says, Roger, if memory serves, it should be less than 15 minutes walk. I think it was only a few blocks. Okay, so you remember better than I do. All right, Sonny says, above address may not take you to the video. Just look up Virgin Voyages accessible rooms. And I'd be happy if anybody is interested in doing Virgin, call me. I'll be happy to take care of it for you. Emily says, great interview with Justin. I so enjoyed Justin. And we've had some fun on cruises too. Oh, Mr. Bucketlist, thank you for having me. Well, of course, you don't have to thank me, Justin. Holy cow. We're family, for goodness sakes. Joanne's with us. Good morning, Joanne. Sonny says, Mr. Bucketlist, good to see you and catch up with Chillie. Happy sailings. Absolutely. Yeah, the first cruise that Justin and I did together, I interviewed him and then he interviewed me. So we both did interviews with each other on that. That was on Quantum of the Seas. That was an Alaska cruise that we did together. That was a good cruise too. I remember being outside in the cold, seeing the glaciers, and Justin's a Florida guy. So, I mean, he was battling the cold worse than I was, and I was freezing. We may have had an adult beverage to warm up. I had an adult beverage to warm up. Justin will have an adult beverage on occasion, but Justin doesn't drink like I do. I'll tell you, I mean, he's not a teetotaler, but, you know, he doesn't guzzle it down like I do. I admit that. Hot Air Tom says, why do people have a problem washing hands It's disgusting viewing habit in the men's room. I don't understand that either, Hot Air Tom. I brought my suitcase out to prepare packing for our trip. Are you serious? We're still 3 weeks away. Well, it's 13. Today's the 13th. We're leaving on the 31st. So 21, 18 days away. First suitcase, the one I used in Boston, was not large enough for my printer. Oh my God. Yeah, you ought to see the, I could not do what Hot Air Tom does as far as the equipment that he carries with me. I have enough trouble with my phone and a selfie stick. And, you know, he's got a setup with, you know, multiple screens and printers and, you know, yeah, no. So on to the big boy. He's named his suitcases. Hot Air Tom's big boy. I'm not going to make a comment. Good God. Emily says, happy sailing and safe travels to Justin, of course. Time to start monitoring the Amtrak Silver Meteor to see how its on-time late status is at both Richmond and Miami. Let's see. We sail. We get on the train. I forget the time now. It's not like at dark 30 on this one, I don't think. I want to say it's mid-afternoon or something, like 4 o'clock. We get on the train. I don't know. Again, I haven't done a sleeper car, so this is going to be an experience for me. There's Kenneth up in Pennsylvania. Hey, Kenneth. How big is the group going with us to Europe on March 28th? Well, let me see. I know we had a couple cancellations. February 2nd, March 31st, Epic New York to Rome. All right, so we got Hot Air Tom and me and Gary Older Than Dirt and Miriam Sanchez and Lourdes Calderon. So it's going to be a small group. And of course, Kenneth and Robin. So that's okay. Yeah, we lost a couple folks on that one. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the year. I've got several things planned to do, so that's cool. Emily says, "Oh, Kenneth, what are your thoughts about replacing the Joy April 26th?" Yeah, I got another notice this morning. It's now official. I guess they sent me a notice, Kenneth, which I'm assuming they sent you your money back. It looked like the notice that I got. So I guess you got your deposit back on your credit card if you haven't noticed it. That's what I'm thinking happened today. I am open to rebooking if the price is not higher than original. How about a world cruise? Get me out of this cold weather with the wind chill today, -11. Yeah, we have to find something, I guess. McDonald's. Yeah. Could you see me telling Hot Air Tom I'm taking him to McDonald's for dinner? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to a burger. We found a place in New York City that's maybe the best cheeseburger I've ever eaten. I make Hot Air Tom go back a second time for that one. But no, I don't go to fast food generally. Not when I'm taking Hot Air Tom. Kentucky Fried Chicken for the second meal of the day. Yeah, right. KFC. Taco Bell for dinner. See, I could get by really cheap. Good suggestions, everybody. KFC and Taco Bell. Eat like a king. Sonny says, Tom, you can put a wig and strange mustache on Chillie and pretend he's the colonel. Yeah. Absolutely, Sonny. May be good for free food at KFC. Oh, if I could get it free, hell, I'd do it. You know, I don't mind KFC. I prefer white meat. But every now and then we'll get hungry for fried chicken. And admittedly, folks, that's just not something you do at home without making a hell of a mess. So we'll go out and pick up some chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy and coleslaw. They changed the coleslaw recently. I like the older coleslaw better than the newer coleslaw. But yeah, I don't mind KFC. Now, I'm not particularly fond of Taco Bell, Gary. I'll say that. That's not my favorite. Emily says low 30s here in New York. At least my printer will not fall through the cracks in the elevator. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was just thinking about how I'm going to handle that. I'm doing a blog post with my issues with my room, my accessible room on the Epic, and figuring if I was going to carry through with the phone disaster as I'm writing the room disaster up. Of course, they were able to fix the room thing, and I was able to get my phone back. But tonight at midnight opens an airline check-in for an online check-in for the cruise. Yeah, I guess it is, Tom. At midnight. Well, that means tomorrow. I'm not going to be up in the middle of the night doing that. I'll do it when I get up in the morning. What's my normal procedure on the weekends? I take my computer over to my chair and I plug it in over there, and I keep my little microphones and stuff on the side. If I want to record anything, I can do that in the chair instead of sitting back here behind the desk. Quite frankly, folks, this desk chair is not very comfortable when you sit in it a long time. And I've been in it since, 5 o'clock this morning. So, my butt gets tired. So my big chair, my recliner over there, which it's an electric recliner. Okay. So it's, a little nicer than a normal chair. But I have everything over there to work all weekend and be comfortable. So I like that. Yeah. Emily says Taco Bell is worse out of those two. The train is late. Seems to be around 10 p.m. if it's on time. But chances are it will be a couple of hours late so we can spend New Year's Eve with Cindy. Okay. But will Chillie be able to enter our house? And 3 steps up the front porch. Yeah, no, that's dead. That's dead. Hot news from NCL. We have an itinerary change for the March 31st cruise. We do? Did that just come in? Because I haven't gotten it yet. Bermuda is dropped. Puerto Delgado replaced by Funchal. Lisbon is replaced with a sea day. Then we stop at Palma de Mallorca in place of a sea day. Well, I love Palma. Well, that's interesting. Cons is out, replaced by Nice. Damn, they changed the whole thing. I guess I will be getting some refunds for canceled excursions. Why all the port changes? Him does not have to worry about Lisbon food. Yes. You really expect a reason, Laffa? They just mentioned unavailable ports. Okay. So it's the first time that I've had a major change on a cruise. So I'll have to go back and look and see the changes now. Yeah, maybe I'll pick up some Viator things to suggest this weekend. Why does not Norwegian do those dumb things? It's beginning to get ridiculous, I think, Kenneth. I totally agree with you. The amount of stuff that they've changed recently is just ridiculous. And I don't see any major reasons for it. But, I mean, I don't know. So, all right. So that's going to wrap me up for the week, folks. Thanks for being with me. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, please take this as my invitation to do so. As you can tell, the schedule seems to be working out now. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't know if any of you guys are still trying to find me on Tuesday and Thursday. I apologize if you are. I like the fact that we're doing this, and I'm getting into a habit of having an interview on each. I like to have an interview on each show. And it can be a little bit different. I've got a whole bunch of people. Got some people to contact today. I'm staying a couple of shows ahead. So I realize I'm going to run into some problems during the Christmas holidays, but we'll see how that works out. And then who knows how I'm going to do things with this extended travel. So I could, leave some things up in the air for the upcoming travel schedule. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm liking it. I'm liking the schedule an awful lot, folks, and can't wait to have the schedule on a cruise. So that's going to be just a whole different world for me on cruise ships for the first time in 10 years or so. So, all right, guys. That's going to wrap me up for today and for the week. Unless something major happens this weekend, I will monitor things all weekend and, come on if something major happens. If not, I'll see everybody back here on Monday. So for now, thanks for being with me. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. Hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas and then let Norwegians turn everything upside down. Have a great weekend, everybody, and a wonderful Friday. I'll see everybody either this weekend or Monday. Have a great time. Thanks for being here. See you next time.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.